Well, hello, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you're watching this video. It's another day, and my FCR 35 came in. I am currently waiting on a couple parts. For starters, the donuts for the exhaust. I got some of those coming in. I'm still waiting on the actual exhaust pipe, so I'm not really stressing out about the exhaust today. But I got intake boot coming in for this. So because this is a 40 millimeter intake, well, a 40 millimeter outer diameter, and that's a 35 millimeter inner diameter, this isn't gonna fit, right? So outside of these, I don't know what this is supposed to be called. When I was looking up the intake boots, I was seeing spigots. So I'm just gonna call it the spigot. Now, with that being said, let me actually show you in the box. So, okay. Please don't fall. All right, so the one that I have on here right now, that's a 35, which means this one's a 33. And if you notice, the thread diameter is different from this one, which the one on that bike right now is the 28. This one's a 26. So they both have restrictors, and as you can see, if I wanted to use it, I can't. So I won't be able to use that 35 millimeter. I'm gonna need that. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up. Where's my caliper at? I gotta measure this shit. Cause I done bought intake boots because of measurements based on charts for these. You know what? I ain't even gonna try. I gotta find my caliper, and I'm still waiting on intake boot. Intake boot should be in today, so I ain't even stressing it. Today I'm actually going to tackle gearing. So what I have here is two super light sprockets. One's a 30, one's a 32. The front sprocket on that bike is already a 17. The front sprocket on that bike is already a 17. Both of these bikes are going to be like top speed builds. I don't really care about torque. I don't care about acceleration. These aren't whole shot bikes. I ride these every day and go places on these bikes. So I'm gonna need them to actually be able to keep up, right? That's what these are. So with that being said, that one's still punchy as hell with the 17 tooth up front. Still has the torque. I don't remember what the rear sprocket is stock. I think it's 36, 37. I honestly don't remember. But the math that I ended up doing as far as like gearing calculations, if I'm remembering correct, with the 1732, I would have an increase of, I think, 27% or 29% on top speed. So, yeah, and then I forgot what the number was with the 30 tooth. But yeah, no, I'm testing gearing because for those of y'all who don't know, I've been saying this since I've actually like gotten into these bikes. This one, I'm really aiming for 100 miles per hour with this bike. I don't care how I gotta achieve it. That's why this bike has so much money into it, because I'm trying to make sure the chassis is as stiff as possible before I decide to say, you know what, I know this bike is small and it's nimble and agile and I could be blown over by the breeze on the highway. So yeah, no, before I do all that, I want to make sure that this one's good. So yeah, this one though, that one's coming after this one. Realistically, I'm just working on it as I go. What I'm about to do with this one is I'm actually about to swap the rear hub, the whole hub. This one has the billet race hub, so I don't have any cushion in this one. I'm already planning on getting another one, actually multiple more realistically, but yeah, for now I'm just going to take this one off, put it on the 300 because that one's running, and I'm gonna just have to figure out what I'm gonna do as far as this one, because I still have some work to do this one, obviously. You know what? I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna just get straight to work because I got some things to do. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all, like, I'm out here even in the fucking mounds of snow that's blocking my garage. All right, now if you're curious like me as to what the fuck is the difference between a KP mini wheel and a Grom wheel outside of the width, right? Well, all right, so you see how basically flush that rotor is? You see how not flush this rotor is? This rotor is actually poking out past the tire itself. Whereas this one, when you go side to side with it, you don't see it. And I'm trying, there you go, now you can see it. This one though, no, it's just protruding. So here's the difference. Here's the fucking difference. You see that hub behind there, behind the rotor? See the hub behind this rotor? Yeah. Yeah, so this one has some extra space. This one has some extra space on what appears to be the rotor side. So maybe it may be possible to run the custom wheels that got the hubs on it. Maybe it may be easier to run a set of those than to try to put Grom wheels on here. But yeah, no, I figured I'd take a look at it just to see. Grom is a 3.5 by 12. The KP is a 3. Yeah, 3 by 12. So, that's tricky. That's very tricky. Oh well, I'm gonna try to get that fucking hub off. Try to get that race hub off. Okay, so once you get your hub off of the bike that you're stealing the hub off of, yeah, you take that off. You don't worry about that for now, okay? I have other hubs I could put on there, but it don't make sense when I'm gonna just put that back on there. I don't mind rolling it with no hub. I've been there, done that. I just gotta be careful with the carbon fiber. Anywho, so here was my attempt at a super light 428 sprocket, right? So this was actually the stock sprocket. It had the cage on it, right? The little ring around the damn sprocket, right? So that's what these holes right here are. Those are the 4 holes that came from the cage itself, whatever the fuck it's called. And then I added 2 additional holes per spot, and just so that way I could eliminate as much weight as possible from the rotating mass. Now compare that to these, and admittedly I'm not too far off. I mean, you know, there's a big difference, but I'm not that far off. This is supposed to be a 32, yeah. So that's a 34, that's a 32, and then that's a 30. So I am about to put on this motherfucking 30 tooth, and I'm gonna see what I come up with there. Oh my God, the hub is the same size as the sprocket. God damn. Yeah, once I get that off, I'm not even gonna take the sprocket off of that hub. I'm just taking the hub off. I'm gonna put this hub on there. I hope this one works. The only reason why I say I hope it works is because on the clone wheel, it is not sitting in there flush. Like it's not even going. It's not going on. I don't know what the fuck. Why the fuck not? Maybe it's because of in here. It might be in there. I'm gonna check it out though. If it works, it works. If not, fuck. I guess I'll just be putting this back on the other bike. But in the meantime, between time here, let me just get this one lifted up and then see what I come up with here. I will say though, regardless of if this hub works for this bike or not, whatever sprocket I put on here, I'm gonna just leave on here and put it right back on this bike. That's if it don't work. If it don't work. If it does work, cool. I'll just get a second race hub. For those who don't know, let me find another hub so I can actually show y'all. All right, so what you're looking at right now is a stock 34 tooth sprocket on a stock hub. That's my modified stock sprocket. So this started out like this. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4 holes I was talking about right there. And then I just added 2 holes right there just to lighten things up. I was gonna go with more, but I don't know if you could see some places they just didn't line up. So I just I'm not gonna say I gave up, but I was like, you know what, that's good enough. Now, with that being said, flip it over. This is what your regular hub looks like. So when you go to put it into the wheel, there's gonna be a cush that this line is actually supposed to be what holds the cush in the middle, right? So this split holds it, and then these actually sit in between the gaps of the 4 cush drive rubber dampeners, whatever they are, right? Looking at this hub, see the difference? Yeah, so this is supposed to be a direct drive hub. I don't need no cush for it, none of that extra shit. That's why I said here's the hoping that it does bolt right up, because let me show y'all this right here right now. It don't go like that, it goes like this. So one thing is not sitting in flush, right? At least on this clone wheel. I don't know about that KP wheel, but on this clone wheel it's not. Whereas on with the stock one, you can see it sits on top and it floats. All right, it's floating. So I'm about to get this figured out. All right, so now that you got your KP wheel off, just be careful with your spacer, because these are very specific. They're side specific. So that's the hub spacer. It actually goes right there. Same location as this one, right? Now, for those of y'all who don't know what a cush drive looks like, so this is what I was talking about right here. Cush goes right over here, right there, right there, right there. So when you flip this wheel over, that's all you see is the 4 cush drives, right? So as you're going, if the wheel is spinning forward, it pulls it towards this one. So that one gets pulled, that one gets pulled, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. You know what I'm saying? So it goes like that. But anyway, those about to come out, which actually I'm about to just do this live and let y'all know if this is gonna work or not live. Typically, I'm not gonna say I don't like to do it live because it kind of distracts me, but I'm already here. Ain't no need to stop recording to just come back and oh my god, it fits. Wait. Yeah, I could tap it on. It fits. All right, that's a good thing. So yeah, now I could just put this on. So now you see how that is sitting in the wheel, right? Yeah, it wouldn't do that with this wheel. So the KP wheel is closer to a ground wheel than the clone wheel on the hub side, whereas the clone wheel is closer to a ground wheel on the rotor side. So now I got the 32 on, I gotta slide this back in, get the sprocket around here with the spacer that's in there so I can pull it. But yeah, that's on. But before I do that, there was one thing that I actually did want to do. So, because I have so many clones and so many parts, I can actually test a few things. Like, example, the stock bracket. I can check to see if the ground stock bracket, if the spacer on it is the same width. Because if it is, then that means I should be good to try to put this one on. Now, I would try to put it on now, but I don't honestly feel like taking it back off of this bike. I don't. So what I could do is, if I could find my damn caliper, which is somewhere, if I could find my damn caliper, and I don't mean brake caliper, I mean my actual measuring caliper, I can measure the thickness of this one to this one, which it actually looks like, see that? So realistically, if I were to run this one, I would have to shave it down on the outer side to get the to get the caliper to go further away from the wheel. Mind you, that's with the ground part. Now, there are other options as far as like the brackets for these shits. It's just a matter of finding, you know, which one's gonna work. So yeah, I should really look for my caliper so I can actually measure the width of that, so I can figure out, because it's gonna be the width of that along with the width of the spacer on this side, because this spacer and the Grom speed spacers are two different sizes. So if I did want to run speed spacers on here, I can do it. I would just have to basically get them machined down. Now, that's not an issue. Get that taken care of, but see, man, look, custom fitment. That's all I'm saying. Custom fucking fitment. I will, just for shits and giggles for y'all. Just for shits and giggles for y'all. Let me grab this wheel right here. All right. Just for shits and giggles. Okay, we're gonna try to put this one on. I know it ain't gonna go on, but just for shits and giggles. All right. So, I mean, shit. That rotor side is out too much. So you know what? Let me just see what I come up with. All right. If I can get a ground wheel on here, cool. I mean, I could run a thicker fucking wheel. But if not, then you know, it is what it is. I'll have to do some figuring out. Okay, so now what I have noticed is I just tried to put the ground wheel on and the rotor is too big. Yeah. The rotor's too big to fit under that caliper. But it kind of looks like the spacing might be... Well, actually, I can't even fucking tell you. I might just have to try with the one without the rotor. If I could try with that one and get the hub on... You know what? I'm going to give that one a shot. But with the stock rear rotor... So the rear ground rotors are 190 millimeters. Stock front rotors are 220 millimeters. This one right now is on a dual 220. This is a dual 220 setup right now. So the two front rotors. Two different calipers with two front rotors. They're the same exact rotor. Cool. This one, I think the front is a 220. The back is more like a 170. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to want to do big brakes on this one. Definitely going to want to do big brakes on this one. But yeah, give me a couple minutes. I'm about to see if I can get that ground wheel on. And if I can, cool. I'm going to just have to figure out rotor size. Well, not even rotor size. It's going to be the caliper bracket and fucking, it'll be the bracket, the caliper itself, and I forgot what else. But either way, maybe spacers. Let me go grab that spacer I had again, because this is the one for the brake side for a ground wheel. All right. And so, for the curious-minded like me, here's how it's looking. So, spacing is going to be very important. If you're going to try to do this, spacing is very important, right? The wheel has to come over to the left side of the bike, because right now it's pushed to the right side. This is a ground wheel. This is the stock KP spacer. So if I were to take that spacer out, and I think if I would have used the skinnier spacer, that would push the wheel further over here, right? Cool. But then there's also the matter of the spacer in between the wheel that goes to the caliper. So in other words, no, you cannot. You cannot. Not without extreme modifications. You can do it, but you have to modify. The swing arm has to get extended at the back of the swing arm. So then that way, well, not even extended, it has to be opened up at the back of the swing arm, so it could fit on. But motherfucker, yeah, man, yeah. Well, look, at least now we all know. what a Grom wheel, well, that's a clone wheel, but it's Grom spec'd. We all know what a Grom wheel would kind of look like on a KP. It don't fit. It just don't fit. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to put this KP wheel back on with the race hub, which I can actually pick the wheel up. I'm picking the wheel up by the hub. That's how you know it's a tight seal. When you can pick the whole wheel up by the hub, right? So cool. That's good. Yeah, let me take that off, put this back on, and I can actually do a couple top speed runs. Whereas I'm not really doing a top speed run, but I'm limited. Hold on, where's my key at? My RPMs are limited to 6,000 RPM. So it's just a matter of how fast can I go in 5th gear at 6,000 RPM. That's the top speed run I'm going for right now. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Got to do an oil change on it too. Might as well knock that out while I'm over here. And I need my pan is over there. Oil's right there, cool. And yeah, no, that's about to go on. That's about to go on. I just really wish I could have used the Grom wheel because I got so many of these fucking clone wheels. It's not even funny. And then I also have the set of 14s. So I'm really looking into a different set of wheels right now for this bike. I just don't know what wheels I'm going to be able to run. I was hoping to go with a wider set, but I don't know if the width is in the hub itself or if it's in the wheel. Because apparently it looks like it's in the hub. At least based off of this KP wheel and that wheel right there. It looks like the spacing as far as the width is in the hub, not even the actual width of the band of the tire, but of the rim. So, yeah, let me just take that off and put this wheel on. Yeah, I think the KP rotor, which is the top one, is a 170, 175 maybe. The bottom one is a 190. That's a 190. And mind you, that's a 220. That bracket can hold up to a 220. So if I were to try to use that bracket on here, I can, but I have to shave this down because of the width of it. And it would have to specifically be this side along with up here because I completely forgot about that part. Yeah, it would have to get trimmed down so that way the space actually is the same on the caliper brackets. So now after going through all of that shit with the back wheel, which that's still the Grom back wheel, I am curious about the front wheels because stock Grom front wheel is a 2 3/4. Stock KP front wheel is 2 1/2. But from what I was told, these forks are Grom forks. So the whole front end is essentially a Grom front end. But I'm assuming, yeah, this spacer looks longer. Yeah, I think it's just the spacer on this side. Yeah, that spacer looks a little bit longer. So yeah, no, it looked like I might be able to put on a Grom front wheel, but that back wheel though, that back wheel is gonna be a fucking bitch. All right now, so boom. Once you got your rear wheel back on, you got your chain tensioned how it needs to be. Actually, I might have to loosen that a little bit. It might be too tight. I didn't take anything off. Only thing I did was pull the wheel back. This is a 32. A 30 tooth. This is a 32 tooth. So with that being said, there is one thing that I want to do before I actually roll off with it. And I just want to actually roll the wheel back. I'm just letting it warm up for now. But I want to roll it back into like right in this area, so then that way I could actually lock down the sprocket to the hub, just to make sure everything's tight. Got to put it in the gear so it don't go nowhere, and then yeah, just crank that motherfucker down. But I'm just letting it warm up for now before I take it on the test ride with the fucking new gearing, because like I said, it's a matter of trying to get a higher top speed at a lower RPM. That's what I'm going for this. So, I didn't check. Let me actually check that. Now that I remember, what is the 36. All right, so I'm going from a 36. It was 36, well, 1536 to 1730 right now, at least. So what I'll do is I'll actually post up a picture of what my current gearing is compared to what it was. So then that way y'all can get an idea of, you know, what I'm going for here. So stock, the KP Mini gearing is 1536. I'm not sure how many links the chain is, but it's 1536. So I went from 1536 to 1736, right? Cool. Then from the 1736, I ended up going to the 1730. But I also do have the 32 tooth sprocket as well. Okay, so I went on a test ride, and as per usual, something happened, because something always happens. Shifter. As you can see, it's all scraped up. Yeah, because it the bolt fell out while I was fucking riding. Yeah, that one right there. So I came back. Well, I rode back on the road I was on just to see if I could find it. Couldn't find it. Yeah, came back and I put on a bolt for now. Just for now. Pretty sure I might as well just buy a whole nother set of rear sets, honestly. Get a black set too, and then, you know, do what I was going to originally do with this one. This one's supposed to be black and gold. This one's going to end up being red and black. So, yeah, I'm probably going to end up actually doing that. So far, so good, though. So far, so good outside of losing a bolt. Like I said, at least for now, waiting on the donuts that I ordered to come in. Once those come in, they'll be here, and I don't even know. Once those actually come in, though, I can try to see if I can get this one to bolt up. And then there's still the matter of that bolt right there. So, oh, goddamn, I'm gonna slide. So that bolt right there, I have to get that shit down. It's almost there. It's almost there. Almost, but almost don't count. So, waiting for my carburetor boot. That's on its way along with the donuts, so I can actually put on the FCR 35 today. Hopefully today. Maybe not. Actually, yeah, maybe not. I just remember at the time it said it's supposed to come in. But yeah, either way, progress is made. What do I wanted to say with this gearing? That's what I was gonna say. So 17 front, 30 rear with the super light. What I have noticed is I wasn't even at 6,000 RPM yet. Oh wait, and okay, so 17 tooth front, 30 tooth rear super light, and PE 28 millimeter carb. All right, that combination. I want to say I was doing probably like 5,500 RPM in fifth gear, going 58 miles per hour. I wasn't on the limiter yet. I didn't get to hit the limiter yet because I was approaching traffic. So, with that being said, I just went on about my business. And yeah, I'm gonna keep doing another test ride, but yeah, I got up to speed and then that happened. I'm glad that happened after I got up to speed because it would have been kind of crazy trying to suicide shift. But yeah, no, this is where I'm at with it so far. Tried the grind rear wheel out, that don't work. I got the race hub on. That makes a difference. That makes a world of difference. If you're gonna do anything, I recommend a race hub and sprocket changes, because you definitely feel the difference between a cush drive and a direct drive hub. What else? Still gotta cut off those pegs for the rear sets. Yeah, cut those off. And then, yeah, the main thing, honestly, is I'm just waiting for my exhaust pipe. Once my exhaust pipe comes in, then I'll actually go about getting everything fucking fitted. and figuring out exactly like location of everything, which I do have my pipe with me now. I can actually try to test it out to see how it's gonna look. Well, not the pipe. I got the tailpipe. It ain't even a muffler. I got the tailpipes. I could try that out just to see where it's gonna fit on the rear set. I can do that. But yeah, I'm still looking at getting rid of those foot pegs on both sides, obviously. Just leaving the kickstand. So the bar that's under the engine will just be the kickstand. And it's just gonna be placement of the goddamn exhaust. So yeah. I'm trying to think, was there anything else? No, nothing too crazy. Well, I think I can actually move on to this bike. I think, for now at least. Can move on to this one and get some wiring done. I remember where I was at, but I don't remember at the same time, so I gotta retrace. But as far as this one though, I'll see y'all next time, because I'm not gonna incorporate this one in this video. So okay, so I couldn't walk away. I couldn't. Now with that being said, I'm over here trying to figure out exhaust fitment. Now the only thing about this right now is, let me just, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna do that when it's hard mounted to the front. But I mean, as for the location of it, I mean, it's out of the way. So if I go to hit the brake, I'm good. And as far as the foot placement go, I'm good. My foot would just be over it. So if there's anything on my foot, it'll melt off basically. But I mean, other than that, you know, it's really just gonna be a matter of figuring out pipe placement. That, and I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck I want right behind there. A loop, a S, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, so the crazy part about me having 9 bikes spread out between 3 different garages, realistically. So right now, as an example, I have to ride this one over so I can walk one back to this one, so I can ride this one back over. That's how I gotta swap bikes. So I gotta bring a white KP over here because I'm still working on this one, and the white KP I'm using as a reference as far as the harness goes. So cool. I'm not tearing this one back apart. I'm not doing that. Not anytime soon, at least. So yeah, I gotta get the white one over here, and that could actually help me kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because I need to get the 150 in that KP Mini 150 running, and I'll also have it over here, so then that way I can cross-reference the colors to the pins on everything, because I need to figure out what colors for the controls that actually plug into the harness. So once I get that all figured out, then I'll be good there. But realistically, this one can go sit in the other garage for however long it's gonna sit. It needs work, but I'll bring it back over here when I'm actually gonna work on it. That one I'm waiting on parts, so I'm not really too worried about that right now. When I get parts, I'll be back over here working on it. That's not an issue. It's just a matter of fitment. Motherfucking fitment. God damn it. I can't fit no more bikes in here until I do some cleaning, which realistically I'm gonna end up doing some cleaning pretty soon. It's just a matter of all of this shit. So realistically, once all of this shit melts, then I'll actually come in here and I'll do a good cleanup job, because I know for a fact I got some BMW parts back there. I don't own a BMW anymore. So with that being said, I can get rid of those. But yeah, so, you know, I got some shit to do. I'm about to go switch bikes. Yeah, ride that one over, walk the other one back to ride this one over. Cool. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Like I said though, keep working on y'all shit. Don't stop progressing. Don't. Till next time. Enjoy y'all clones, for real. I'm gonna keep telling y'all, like, look, okay? This one rides very shittily, because it's been my daily for, I don't know how many months now, like 8 months, 6, 7, 6. When the fuck did I even get this? I don't even remember, but I've been dailying it since the day I bought it. Right? Oh my god. Yeah, it's a little bit too much flex in this motherfucker for me. But anyway, yeah. Get you some clones and just have some fun. That's it, that's all. That's all. Get you some clones, have some fun. Until next time, see y'all later.